Hey guys, this is Jamie. So today I want to talk about uh, politics, and the thing that I wanted to say was I feel like in the current political climate, obviously, we have a bunch of right-wing risings, and I can't say this topic is very new or anything, but I do have to say that I find it not very effective, for instance, when people talk about politicians and they infantilize them. So obviously, I feel like we all know about Elon Musk's pissing problem due to his ketamine addiction. Now I have to say that obviously, um, it's hilarious. Like the fact that someone just goes through it and how to put this, just is so miserable, is an absolute despicable person, and just erodes himself to that state is hilarious. And obviously, that made me think as well about how people try to sort of demonize world leaders in not a very effective way. Like, obviously, we've had discussions of like, oh, Putin hates people because he's secretly gay, and people don't understand that by saying this, we're just trying to justify a sort of an idea that, how to put this, someone who's just a plain sort of straight white cis male can't be problematic. So people start going for things like, oh, this person has like a disorder, or oh, this person is a baby, this person is going for cognitive decline. When in reality, I think we need to really accept that sometimes we just don't need to go for these motions. We don't need to find these justifications for simple things. Like, people can just be downright evil. People can just be war criminals. Like, I think this is something that like people try to sort of excuse, like even like when we go back, like sort of like with Nazi Germany and stuff, like people would say like, oh, people are following orders, and obviously have like psychological studies on that, and sort of people try to find these excuses. And now that I think of it, like we can even go like stuff like to Zimbardo's Stanford experiment, sort of people try to dignify things, sort of what leads people to this, and then you go into this whole sort of clusterfuck of what is it about people that drives them to sort of do harm on others. And at the end of the day, sometimes there's just no explanation, and it can just be inequalities. It can be, obviously it can be abuse, obviously it can be substance abuse, it can be something that happened in their childhood, it can be for no reason at all, brain chemistry factually, anything can lead it. And but the thing is, instead of going and looking for these sort of more obvious excuses and excuses that make sense, people just go like, oh, Trump has a tiny dick and that makes him angry at the world. That isn't something that is the reason. And at the end of the day, just fucked up people exist. And just like the proper conclusion of the Stanford experiments was for Zimbardo to, and similar people, to sort of screen people before they go into such positions of power, like in jail and stuff. The same thing needs to be done for presidents and etc. But obviously we don't have that right now. We live in a world where people get rewarded, where like morons like Musk go into these enormous positions of power, and they get everything they want, or Trump, or however many years Putin has really been in power. And people try to sort of justify these things, And it's not even just in world leaders, but for instance, like with J.K. Rowling, like people don't understand that she's just a bad person overall. And people go like, oh, it's the black mold speaking. Well, she didn't have black mold when she was like writing on napkins, you know? And at the end of the day, just people get fucked up. Like, some things just, like, I find that also difficult at times to sort of understand or like justify certain things. But sometimes you just need to understand that there are so many reasons for a person to behave that way that sometimes nothing will make sense, or something will be like, you know, something happens in the past, and just like one person can get PTSD from a certain event, another one can, and another one will have it in an even worse way, or someone will react to it completely differently. Like, that is just the way things are. So to blame the soul on infantilization is just stupid. Like, if you want to sort of go into more depth, like the fact that Trump is someone who has done sexual assault and who should be in jail. For instance, the fact that he didn't go to jail, the fact that he gets rewarded for everything he does, just makes him do more things and pushes it further. That's pretty much it. Like, it's to sort of explain a bit of it. And it's not that he's a big baby and infantilized or anything. And sure, like, there has to be a discussion of like, when is it too late for people to go into office, specifically in the US, and under which sort of health conditions, if there should be any cognitive tests, for all I care. So this is very important as a discussion, but this doesn't justify shaming someone for, like, I don't know, small penis, big balls. I don't care at this point. And like, for instance, I had a discussion quite a few months back. Like, people are calling Putin immature, and I'm like, you don't understand. Like, by saying that these people are immature, we're not understanding the danger that this is a capable, functioning human being which is doing these actions. They are willingly, consciously doing them, and that is the problem. The fact that we are in a society which allows people, technically with nothing wrong, like to DSM-5 and everything, and they kill people, they are war criminals, they just eradicate people's lives, is something that we need to understand. And the fact that we try to sort of vilify certain things, like, even with me laughing about like Elon Musk's cat addiction, there are people like with severe drug addiction and they get their opportunities chopped, and someone like so someone, for instance, has a drug addiction, will function, but won't be able to get any possibilities. But someone who has money and power will be able to get into any position, like Elon, you know. That's the problem. And we give these excuses as a reason to why these people shouldn't be in the position of power, when the people who actually have those problems and function normally, sorry for the really bad wording, they do not get exposed to an equal playing field or to any opportunities. And in general, I feel like our world is a very grim place right now, and everything is very, very grim. So yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about. And I do understand that obviously me speaking, it isn't gonna change the Trump dick jokes, or I still find Elon Musk's obviously pissing himself hilarious from the amount of drugs he uses. So yeah, so this is pretty much what I wanted to share today. I'm sorry, I know I've been posting quite hectically. My dog got ill and it was very, very difficult because he didn't need emergency care, but we needed to monitor him the whole time. So it was really difficult to just be home and just constantly watch over him at the same time, give him enough space, but always keep an eye on him. And it was just very, very difficult from a perspective that I was always scared that what if something's gonna happen. Like we kept calling the emergency all the time. They were like, no, you don't need to take him in, but like call a bit later, and it was really hectic. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all the love I've been getting. I really appreciate everyone watching, everyone staying with us, and seriously, thank you so much. If you like this video and if you're new here, if you didn't subscribe, please feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave a like, feel free to leave a comment. I really appreciate it. And also happy Pride Month. I was thinking if I should do like something for Pride for the first video, but I kind of want to talk more about this. So thank you very much. And yeah, share this. So if your friend says the mold is talking instead of John, share this, start a fist fight. Thank you very much.